One quarter of the way through 2023, and the Greater Toronto Area real estate market is still the topic of so much conversation, commanding so many headlines. Today, I want to cut through a lot of that noise, tell you exactly what is going on in the GTA with prices, with sales activity, with all that good stuff. And I even want to give you a little insight as to what I think may happen with prices over the next couple of months. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Rob Marsiglio, with Keller Williams Referred Urban Real Estate, living out here in Durham region, helping the great people out here and trying to bring you content each and every single week. I just want to get this out of the way right off the hop. I'm sorry for the kind of gap in the last couple of videos. Some big personal moments in our lives in this household have taken up a little bit more of my time than usual, but starting today, let's get back on track with weekly content, bringing you exactly what is going on with Greater Toronto Area real estate. We've hit the beginning of April, so that means our March numbers are pretty much out. Let's hop right into this and see what is going on with prices. And here we go, right into it. Greater Toronto Area residential properties median sale prices. I've broken down each market segment we cover. February 2023 versus March 2023 prices. You can see little jumps kind of in the Toronto freehold and condo markets. And you can see that York, Peel, and Durham, a little bit more significant moves with that median price point from February to March. And one more thing I've done this month is I've thrown these lines over the chart just to give you an idea of where March 2023 prices stack up to the months over the last 2 years. So you can see just Toronto freehold, for example, we are in about June 2022 of the correction. And then if you go back further, this is about September of 2021. And this goes all the way back to February, March, April, May of 2021. So that's kind of how far prices have come down. You can see that the correction was a little more significant. We've seen a bit of a bump in prices. So if you've been hearing things in the news about how prices are recovering, I think we've just shown that maybe they're not recovering, but they are definitely up from where they were in December of 2022, even January of this year. Prices have increased in market segments as a result of tight inventory, as a result of buyers coming back to market before sellers want to put their property on the market and really flood the market with inventory. But it is all seasonal, and I want to show you this next chart to kind of explain where we are at and where I think we may go over the next couple of months. What I've done here is I have lumped the entire Toronto Regional Real Estate Board Market Watch areas into one line chart, and this is the median sale price going all the way back to 2013. That's April of 2013. The red highlighted areas are from January to May of each year. And you can see, with the exception of 2017, 2020, and 2022, every single year from January to May, prices increase, plateau, and then fall off for the summer market. That is the kind of quote unquote normal real estate cycle in the Greater Toronto Area in Southern Ontario. So while I may be a little surprised by the fact that prices are going up right now, I'm not shocked just based on these real estate market fundamentals in this area. And going forward, I wouldn't be too surprised to see prices maybe climb a little bit more through April and maybe May, then plateau and then fall off. Whether or not that fall off is the next leg down in home prices, I think is going to depend on a lot of things. What happens with interest rates at that time? Where are we at with our employment numbers as a country? Are we in a recession? All these questions will have to be answered and maybe revisited in a couple months' time just to see what this next down leg looks like. But currently, the thing that is propping up our market is just the general lack of inventory across all market segments. You can see it's been relatively flat. We had a bit of a pickup in inventory from December to January, but not this normal flood. Usually in a normal year, you'd expect these charts to be kind of tailing upwards, especially in the latter half of March into April, and we just haven't seen that yet. That being said, our rate of sales has definitely increased in that time period from, middle of January until where we're at now. We have seen the 30-day rate of sales really increase quite quickly. It's seemed to maybe have plateaued a little bit this past week. The rate of change hasn't been as much. I called a bit of a plateau here though, and then we had a big kickoff. So as we always know on this channel, 1 week does not make a trend. We're going to keep our eyes on what is happening with this rate of sales. And as we know that it's the rate of sales and the active inventory that determines our months of inventory, and we always talk about the lower this number goes, the more kind of support the price floor in the Greater Toronto Area has. If there are still buyers out there willing to buy that want to get into competition and there's not a lot of inventory and the months of inventory is low, it's just support for those prices. Now with where rates are at and what prices are doing, you may be shocked that there are still buyers out there, but it's true there are enough to just at least be sustaining these price levels. And the number that we look at to kind of determine what consumer confidence, buyer confidence in a market is, would be offers. Are people offering on properties still? So I just want to break down very quickly what's happening in Toronto and then the 905, kind of the areas surrounding, just to show you what is happening with offers per new listing. The reason I like to show this one is I think it was a great indicator, at least at the start of the correction. We were seeing offers per new listing fall off before we were seeing prices start to drop. So here we go to give you an idea of what's happening in the freehold and condo markets in the 416 proper. Pretty steady with the exception of this one bump in freehold offers. This slowdown here is, I'm attributing this to a March break slowdown. It's right around the time of year. And then offers have picked back up just a little bit end of March into early April. And then in the 905, same thing. It was a bit more of a slow ramp up to the levels that we've really sustained going back to the middle of February. Again, you saw this little lull in offers this week ending March 18th, which was March break. Peel region just picked up for one reason or another this past week. We'll see if that continues. But again, if offers per new listing kind of hold in this range, that's kind of an indicator that demand is staying steady. And if we don't see inventory, it is just support for that price floor. Those are the numbers I'm going to keep my eyes on going forward for everybody. I'll kind of share those every other week, every month. Follow me on Twitter. I do share these charts weekly over there. I do a month of inventory update to keep you up to date with what's going on in your area. If you have specifics about your neighborhood or your city, reach out. It's pretty easy for me to throw those things together for you to give you an idea. That is everything I have for you this week. If you have any questions about anything I covered today or any other questions about the Greater Toronto Area real estate market in general, all my contact information is down below in the description of the video, and I look forward to speaking with you. Until we see each other again next week, please stay safe and cheers. Hey there, I really appreciate you watching this video all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, I've got another video for you right here on the screen. And, while you're here, maybe just click on my face, subscribe to. I don't want you to miss anything going forward.